Alright everyone, now it's time to talk about YouTube yet again. It's YouTube news time. Remember a week ago when they started banning comments sections altogether on certain videos like the Gallagher family and Chad Tronic and some of these others. People who show kids in their videos or do like kid style content like game, reviews of toys and shit. Like they couldn't have comments. Well, apparently that's going to be number one, indefinite. That censorship is not temporary. It wasn't temporary to sweep up a couple thousand perverts, put them in jail, and then make the platform better. It's going to be permanent, and they're going to extend it to pretty much every video on the platform that shows children. So, in other words, if you are one of those creators, it's like 17 or 16 or something, you can't have comments. I'm wondering how YouTube is going to actually determine what people's age is. I'm assuming it's going to be algorithm based, which means there will be people who look old or young for their age but are on the other side who are impacted adversely, or it doesn't impact them based on what a computer says, which is really weird. It's going to be really, really funny to see how that operates. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised. So basically, like, you're 15, you want a YouTube channel, like, oh, I'll just put a mask on. Oh, yeah, I'm 18, yeah, totally. The algorithm won't pick it up because I'm wearing a hockey mask. You're going to have probably weird situations like that, and there are workarounds. There's Dissenter. By the way, to anyone impacted by this who doesn't agree with the decision, use Dissenter. It's not on YouTube. It has nothing to do with Google. It's a Gab-based service. Get a Gab account and get Dissenter. You can comment on anything. Tell your fans to get on Gab, I guess. Ironically, if you want to make kid-friendly, family-style content, you're going to have to use that so-called edgy Nazi site that's not actually, like I'm on there. I'm a big user. I'm a libertarian and don't really care. But, you're going to have to do something. There's going to have to be some countermeasure. Or you can use BitChute, I guess. Just put your videos on there. It's not like people haven't poured onto the platform. Dude, I've got almost, 36,000 people following me on that platform now. Anyway, I think this is a bad decision. I think there are too many gray areas. It's like let's say I had a kid and I started making videos. My kid happens to be in the background. Is YouTube's algorithm going to pick that up and delete comments? Like prevent people from commenting because a kid passes by the camera? Even if I'm obviously the one making the content, controlling the account, coordinating with people, the kids, in some cases, going to be a toddler too young to read comments, but somehow it's a danger to them. I've got a better suggestion. I suggested this before. If you want to keep kids safe on YouTube, kick the kids off YouTube. Because there's really no other way to go about it. This is not going to work. You realize what proportion of the largest creators on the site, like the 1 million club, people with 1 million subscribers or more, huge amounts of engagement, what proportion of those people have kids in their videos or are themselves under 18? I'm willing to bet it's a double-digit proportion. Those people now are going to be severed from their audience. They're only going to be able to talk to their audience on like Twitter or something like that. They're not going to be able to get normal comments. Again, get Dissenter, and this isn't as much of a problem, except that people say, well, it's far right, it's evil, it allows Nazis to comment on Vice News articles. Oh my God, it's so terrible that people would have free speech. Free speech bad, Orange Man bad. This is a potential Myspace moment. What happens if these large creators that disproportionately have these huge audiences decide to leave the platform, or they're like, well, I can't coordinate with anyone, I can't talk to my fans anymore, it feels disengaged. One of the greatest things about YouTube has been the ability to engage with your fans. It's like if YouTube eliminated the comment function, it'd be kind of like a dead site. It wouldn't be nearly as fun and entertaining. And when you're talking about a family effort style thing, like what about Varg? Varg shows his kids in some of his videos. Are the comments going to be turned off even though his kids are obviously too young and no sane person would think the kids are the ones reading the comments? Like Varg is the one that runs the channel? Is he going to be demoted because of this? Like they're talking about no ads on these videos, no comments on these videos. So you're putting an entire class of content. Think about what this amounts to. When they rolled out limited state last year, they're like, well, this is for commentary. It's too edgy for us even though it doesn't break any rules. As though that makes any sense. And limited state, you can't comment, you can't like it, you can't monetize it, right? It's the same basic idea. You're now taking totally dedicated family-friendly content, the G-rated content, the most kid-friendly content on the whole website, and treating it the same way as you would treat an Amron speech on Jews or something like that. I don't understand why YouTube would do this. I understand YouTube sitting there and they're saying, well, advertisers are boycotting us. The lamestream media is breathing down our fucking throats right now saying that we're enabling child predators. Okay, understood. Kick the little kids off the site. YouTube, when it was first initialized, was a 13-plus website. I don't think anyone's really going to care if you start... dude, parents need to take responsibility too. The reason why that worked is that parents back then had a little bit more of a sense of responsibility. Like, well, don't give away your personal details online. And then a couple years later it became, oh, give us all your personal info. Put it on Facebook. Otherwise you won't get hired. This is partially Silicon Valley's fault for pushing that kind of stuff. Partially the MSM's fault for promulgating that sort of practice and not standing in its way, and now even more of a problem because they're using it as an excuse for censorship. And partially the problem of fucking lazy parents who do not want to monitor their kids online. It's not my job to make sure that your 12-year-old doesn't watch me say fuck. It's not my responsibility. They're sitting there acting like you have to moderate all of your own comments. It is imperative that people take responsibility for their audiences. My audience is not my responsibility. I am nobody's father here. I am a content creator who is doing now what I did 10 years ago, which is make videos on a website. I make videos, people comment, we coordinate, we talk with each other, people share it out, maybe people donate, they buy a mug or a fucking book or something. I enjoy that interaction. If that interaction becomes absent the platform, YouTube is more than just a video hosting site. That's the whole thing. It's a subcultural sort of thing. It's become more than just a website. If you then take a proportion of your users, including a large proportion, I would say probably disproportionately, people with that kind of content, disproportionately are highly overrepresented in the top user base. Like maybe the top 100,000 users. I have every reason to believe that that's... Like you think about it. A lot of YouTube's most popular material is gaming, like PewDiePie. Hell, his stuff, he's always talking about his army of 9-year-olds. It's not entirely off base. It's gaming material, so like Fortnite, Minecraft, and shit like that. Makeup tutorials and style and things like that, and then the family-friendly, here's growing up our way. Here's our family is Ned and Jed. They're a gay couple, obviously, because they wanted to get sponsorships. Just a little aside, there's the joke. And they've got like their 3 adopted kids or something, and so they make videos of it. And it's like heartfelt, family-friendly, very G-rated. Like the most edgy thing they ever say is baby poo-poo or something. Oh, the toddler made a stinky again. Oh, we're gonna make a fart joke. Wow, we're so edgy for our 5-year-old fucking audience. Why should a kid that young be using YouTube? Like how can they even manage an account? Like, I know there are like 5- and 6-year-olds that can use a smartphone and shit like that, and it's actually honestly a little bit scary. Like, I'm not saying that I find that morally troublesome. Like, electronics are really great, and they're entertaining, they're kind of the future in many ways, but there is something to be said for occasionally disconnecting. Like, am I the only person here that's able to, like, go out for a walk in the woods and not have a smartphone and be texting the whole time? Like, the only electronic I bring out there is, well, you bring a gun, obviously, but, like a camera or something like that. You just say, oh, what a pretty picture. But, I mean, life is, existence is a little bit different behind a camera anyway. But here, YouTube, just ban anyone under 13. Go back to that style. What proportion of the user base is under 13? By the way, you make the site more edgy and cool by doing that because you say it's almost sort of a rite of passage when you can have a YouTube account. And then educate parents also, be like, hey, you shouldn't be letting your 8-year-old use this site unaccompanied. They might see weird shit because YouTube has R-rated fucking content on it. It's not YouTube's responsibility. There's no way even 1,000 algorithms can't police all the content properly. They have to have thousands of people just to answer queries about wrongful bans at this point. No, it's not my responsibility to make sure that nobody under 18 watches my edgy content laced with F-bombs. Oh my god. Little Jimmy heard Styx Hexenhammer say shit, now he won't stop saying it. It's a big problem. It's his fault. It's YouTube's fault. It's society's. Everyone but the parent that let him watch the content. No, it's your fault. You're the lazy parent. Do something about it. Grow a pair. That's about all. Peace out.